in America's heartland, Kansas City, Missouri, inside the Sprint Center. It's time for Big 3 basketball as 3's company takes on Bivouac. As we take a look at our slate of games, we're going to start with 3's company, Bivouac, both teams coming off of victories. And then it is really the game of the season thus far on CBS as the triplets, unbeaten team takes on the defending champions Power, and followed by Tri-State taking on the three-headed monsters. Hello everyone, I'm Brian Custer alongside my partner Jim Jackson. And Jim, we've come to the midpoint of the season and we're going to begin here with two teams coming off of victories but cannot afford any more losses.
We can't, not at this point, because your margin of error is slim by not winning games early in the season. Both teams carrying a little momentum coming into this week, but we have some issues. Reggie Theus and his team not having Will Bynum, Josh Smith, Anthony Morrow have to step up big time. And for 3's company, I think Dermarr Johnson has to play a critical role. Take some of the pressure off Emmett and knock some shots from outside.
Let's take a look at our lineups. They're brought to you by State Farm. And as Jim pointed out, hey, Will Bynum's been leading Bivouac, but he is out with a rib injury. He won't play today. And then for 3's company, Emmett, Jim, has been spectacular over the past couple of weeks.
Well, 15 points in week 2, second straight game with at least 15 points. We saw last year the ability for him to put the ball in the basket, to put opponents on his back. Started off a little bit slow at the beginning of the season, but picked it up in the last 2 weeks. Had to be big time. And talking about picking it up, Josh Smith only 5 points last week, 10 points in the last 3 halves since scoring the team first 17 points in their first game. Figure out ways to score, to be effective, put the ball in the basket. He can be the key.
Well, Reggie Theus leads Bivouac. He's one of the best taller guards to ever play in the NBA. And then for 3's company, Michael Cooper. I mean, he's won on just about every level. Won an NBA championship as a player, won in the WNBA as a coach, and as a coach in the G League. Our rules here in the Big 3. First team to 50, you win, but you got to win by 2. No game clock, but there is a 14-second shot clock, so you got to get it up. And the first team to 25, we go to the half. Here we go. 3's company in the orange, Bivouac in the white, and they go to Drew Gooden. And his shot missed by Dion Thompson, but they get the follow-up and he lays it in. First 2 points of the game.
Well, notice this, the big lineup for Michael Cooper in this particular game. You don't have your leading scorer, Emmett. You have him coming in secondary, Dion Thompson starting with Max Hill and also Gooden. So interesting to see how this is going to work out.
c.j.leslie getting the start for Bivouac because Will Bynum's out. And you know, Jim, no one has started better than Bivouac. They average at least a 6-point lead at the half every game. They've gone into the half twice with double-digit leads.
Well, and what changes? That's the question. Because if you're Reggie Theus, you're talking to your team like, okay, what are we doing to see a long jump shot by Josh Smith? In the second half, that causes us to lose momentum. Because in the first half, they look unstoppable.
Here's Drew Gooden. He loves to shoot the 3. Knocks it down. Drew Gooden knocks down the 3. Welcome back to Kansas.
You know, off to a great start for 3's company. Again, you don't have a prototypical point guard. You have 3 forwards basically playing together, but yet and still able to jump out to this 8-0 lead.
Drew Gooden third in the league in shooting 3s, and 3's company out to an 8-0 early lead. Again, first team to 25, you go to the half.
Let's start the game off right. Dion Thompson, feet settled, outside, able to splash, knock it in. And when you do that early in the game, as you know, Brian, it opens up opportunities, especially to put the ball on the deck and drive.
Thompson misses the layup. Josh Smith follows it right up and in. Didn't have to take it back. And so Bivouac finally on the board. Near steal, Maxfield lays it in.
And right there, good defense, but the ball bounced the other way, and smartly, Maxfield able to pick it up. Show some athleticism, soft touch off the glass.
3's company coming off their first win of the season over the Ball Hogs last week. Here's Anthony Morrow. Misses that corner three. Here's Gooden. Don't give him space. Cash money, Drew Gooden. 3's company shooting the lights out from distance. They're up 13-2. It's the Big Three. 11-point lead for 3's company thanks to shooting the three. They're perfect. 3 of 3 from 3. Drew Gooden's 2 of 2. And he's with our Brandon Tierney.
Yeah, they came out banging him because welcome home. First of all, Drew, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, man, it feels good, man, to be coming back to Kansas, still playing basketball 20 years later, and people are paying to see it.
And playing good basketball. As because said, he knocked down a couple of bombs. You guys enter the game 1-3. Sense a little desperation coming in.
Yeah, well, we switched the starting lineup a little bit. We needed some energy, and it's been working for us the last couple of games. So this game's not over with. We still got a lot to do.
Why don't you tell America what you told me before we started?
Hey, this is one of the best guys in the business. Keep doing a great job.
Okay, thank you, John. Because back to you guys.
I love it. Humility is not part of Brandon's game.
Hey, BT, what you give him on that, bro? I mean, that was perfect timing.
No, Jimmy, that's the first thing he said. He said he'd do a good job.
Right. Sure he can. As he slid him that 20. Oh, look at that time. And c.j.leslie rocks the rim.
And that's how you get back in the game. A lot of times, you know, you want to quickly get out and try to knock down some three-point shots. But if you're Reggie Theus, you want to get easy layups to kind of get a rhythm going. And excellent read backdoor by Leslie to finish inside.
Well, here's Emmett now getting his first action. That pass is stolen. Morrow knocks down the easy jumper for Bivouac.
Yeah, defense creates offense, and right there, when you turn it over in a tight space, now quickly you're able to take advantage of it numbers-wise. You're the defensive team because now offensively you're right near the basket.
Emmett scored 36 points the last 2 games. Comes up a little short there. Here's Anthony Morrow. Good ball fake. One dribble, pull up, and rolls in. And here comes Bivouac.
And much needed. Morrow, 7 points last week, but think about this. Only 14 points combined in the last 3 weeks. So for Morrow to jump off to having quick 4 points is huge for him from a confidence perspective.
That pass is stolen. There's Morrow again. In and out. Emmett for 3. Yes. 3's company is really shooting the 3-ball well.
They're getting high-quality shots. See, the ball is not sticking to one side of the court if somebody's open. The ball is in their hands and they're able to step up. You're talking about step up.
Josh Smith knocks down a triple. 5-point lead here for 3's company. First team to 25, we go to the half. Here's Emmett. Working on Smith. Inside, Maxiel.
Emmett, c.j.leslie a little tentative on the closeout, not wanting to get beat off the dribble, gives too much space, and Emmett able to step in. And we saw in the last play where Maxiel was able to carve out a lot of space on c.j.leslie. Leslie may have the height advantage, but the girth and the ability to create space is all in favor toward Jason Maxiel.
Here's Morrow. Drives right.
See that,
creates a little space.
You see that shoulder right into the chest. Huh?
That's why I said creates a little space. 3-point lead now for 3's company.
You just called that a savvy veteran move. That's what that is.
A good dive. Emmett to Jason Maxiel. He'll look to complete the 3-point play.
Now, I love quick hitting plays right here. Emmett, spin move inside, recognizes the defense, sees that Jason Maxiel has inside position. That time Josh Smith, unfortunately, got caught on the high side.
Here's Maxiel. Knocks down his 5th point of the game. He's really emerged as a much-needed scorer for 3's company. He's had 22 points the last 2 weeks. Considering the first 2 weeks, he only had a total of 6. And here's Emmett, the steal. Step back. Strong. And Morrow clears it for Bivouac. c.j.leslie spins. And Emmett lays it up and in.
That time, again, you miss those shots. You don't hit the rim. You can't react quick enough. The defense has the advantage. And Emmett
Maxiel is
able to take Probably one of the easiest shots he'll get in this game.
Left, stay on his left.
Here's Josh Smith to that left hand, and he'll go to the line.
And Josh was determined that time to get a call by the official. The last 2 plays, he's felt that he's been hit and no call. So that one, he just put the ball on the deck and attacked. And here's c.j.leslie right here, where it's a no call, and that's the play that Josh Smith kind of talked to the officials about.
So here's Josh Smith now at the line, shooting 1 for 2. Short. Andre Emmett working on Smith. Between the legs, crossover. Oh my, Andre Emmett. And 3's company now 2 points away from the half.
He knew he had Josh backing up a little bit, and he put a little shoulder in Josh's chest as well to create that space to get that shot off.
Here's Smith working on Dante Jones. Turns, missed it.
I got it. You got one, Tate, just cut to the basket. Go.
Dermarr Johnson inbounding for 3's company. A bucket, we go to the half. Here's Emmett. Step back, got it. And just like that, he knocks down the 3. Emmett with 10 points off the bench, mind you. And 3's company with a 13-point lead here at the half.
Well, the change in the lineup, I think, allowed Andre Emmett to kind of survey how the game was flowing. Your starting 3 gets you off to a momentum start, and now Emmett is able to finish it.
Well, Andre Emmett came off the bench, but boy, he got cooking quick. He's with BT.
Well, listen, B, I don't know. I'm sure we'll get a lot more highlights in Game 2 and Game 3, but if we don't, this guy already has lockdown on the highlights of the day. Spin cycle. Jimmy Jackson keeps talking about that shoulder you're working. You're doing it all so far.
Yeah, man, it's in my bag, man, and you know, my team creating opportunities for me. And then just shout out to Dante for bringing a good morale to our team. And you see our energy is different, our pace is different, so team effort.
Yeah, you guys came out firing. I got to go back to every time you score a bucket, Jimmy keeps bringing up the shoulder. Are we doing that legally, or is that a little gray area, shall we say?
I learned it from him. I saw him playing. He shot it, he put that shoulder on him. So, you know, it's part of my game, so whatever works.
I got you. Hey, he's got those broad shoulders too, Jimmy. All right, boys, back to you.
Appreciate it. Hey, 3's company on a 10-0 run in the first half. That's the end of the first half. 26-13, 3's company on top. We'll return to Kansas City right after these messages. Welcome back to Kansas City. You're watching the Big 3. 3's company with a 13-point lead here at the half. Brian Custer alongside Jim Jackson. You look at the first half, and 3's company switched up their starting lineup. And, man, they're shooting over 60% from the field, but they're perfect, Jim, from the three-point line, 5 of 5.
Well, it's ironic because you think switch the starting lineup, you really don't have conventional guards in there where you're scoring from. Well, Drew Gooden has been the guy to step back early on and knock in those shots. So sometimes coaches have to figure out what's best for their team. Okay, make adjustments, and that's something Michael Cooper has done over the last couple of weeks. And Andre Emmett at halftime talked about having Dante Jones now as part of this squad that gives them a different energy, a different life, and as a result, this team is playing much better and much more efficient.
And for Bivouac, this is something new. Usually they're ahead at the half, but now find themselves down by double digits. Reggie Theus is the head coach. He's with BT.
Well, Reggie can score a lot. We know that. But how do you stop a three-point team that's red hot? They haven't missed yet, Reg.
Well, you know, they're playing well. They need to win badly. They're shooting the ball well. We're without our primary ball handler, so we haven't had any clean looks. We just have to do a better job. We got to get the ball to the basket is what I think.
I think I've seen Josh Smith doing a little chirping to the refs. Does he have a case? Is he right?
Oh, yeah, no, Max Hill is definitely stiff-arming and dislodging the defense right now.
right, we got to start calling that for you, Reg, huh?
They need to. I've been on them about it.
We hear you. There you go, guys.
All right, Brandon, thank you. As we begin the second half, Bivouac at 500, 2-2. 3's company, 1-3.
And both teams come out with a different lineup. Shawne Williams and Dion Glover.
Shawne Williams knocks down that jumper.
And for 3's company, now you have an all-guard lineup, basically. Dermarr Johnson, more of a forward, but let's see if the momentum stays in favor of 3's company.
Here's Slim. Dermarr Johnson, Dante Jones, the board. Emmett calling for it. Fakes the three. Pulls up. It's too strong.
Great discipline that time by Williams by not going for that initial pump fake by Emmett.
Here's Dion Glover. He'll pull up. Too strong as well. Dante Jones spins. Dion Glover reaches in. They'll call the foul.
Oh, and Dion is arguing that. We'll be able to see if he got more ball than hand. The official thought otherwise. And right here, two guys just battling right here. Little contact on the spin move, the timing. Yeah, maybe a little bit more hand.
Here's Dante Jones. He knocks it down. Dante Jones came back aboard once Baron Davis was released by 3's company because of the injuries. Glover bumped by Andre Emmett. We talked about how crucial as we hit the midway point these games are. 3's company there towards the bottom. Ball Hogs, the only team in the league without a victory, but Bivouac, they need it. They want to keep pace, and you got to keep winning.
It's a lot tougher too, B, as you see Morrow right there getting inside when you don't have your primary ball handler. We've seen in this league time and time again that, yeah, you can have guys that can score, but you need decision makers too. And not having a primary ball handler like Will Bynum in this game does play in effect, hopefully, is only temporary.
Emmett goes to the baseline, kick out. Johnson open for three, missed it. Here's Shawne Williams, he'll take the triple. Emmett.
Good looks, not able to knock him in. See if Dante can get himself to the basket.
Euro step, missed it, follows his own shot.
He pushed off.
A little push.
Hey, a shooter knows exactly where the ball is coming off at, right? Dante knew it was coming off. Shawne Williams was there. He gave him a little nudge right in the hip abdomen area to get some space, but the official said, nah, bro, I got you.
Got to be a little more discreet.
Yeah, exactly. You can't do it right in front of the official. I mean,
Josh Smith will check in for Bivouac. Dion Glover will have his seat. Here's Morrow. Smith working on Maxiel. Drives, missed it. Emmett snags the board.
Yeah, Josh is getting frustrated with some of the non-calls. I thought it was pretty good defense by Maxiel straight up. There was some contact.
Here's Williams for three. It's too strong. Maxiel grabs the board for 3's company. Emmett spins, misses. And as well as these teams shot the ball in the first half, second half, not so much.
Yeah, getting good looks, though, but, you know, not able to knock in, especially the open ones. In the first half, the open looks they got, especially for 3's company, able to knock it in, and Dante Jones tried to anticipate where Morrow was coming off the left, the dribble. But the official said you got there just a little too late, and right here, able to jump. I don't know, see the push off at the end with Morrow. So maybe Jones wasn't all the way there, but the push off, I thought could have been called as an offensive foul.
Dribble handoff to Shawne Williams. Drew Gooden is getting ready to check back in for 3's company. Josh Smith misses that three.
Now keep in mind, early with 3's company, he was a three-point shooting, but they were also getting layups, okay? Now we're not seeing that same attention to detail, even though Emmett knocked down that shot. What got them those open opportunities was that Maxill was getting inside, you know, being able to get easy shots.
Andre Emmett now in double figures. Here's Morrow for 4. Yes! All right. Anthony Morrow knocks down the 4.
Yeah, 8 points right now for Morrow. But again, you have to be able to figure out ways to get, you know, some defensive stops. Even though it's a great shot by Morrow, 3's company comebacks and scores. Takes it away.
10-point lead. Morrow again. Too strong with the jumper. Emmett wide open. In and out. Here's Morrow.
That's when I would get it down to Maxill, see if he can get something on the block of drive to the basket like Emmett just did right there.
And he kisses it off the glass. And the lead remains 12 for 3's company. First team to 50, you win. Maxill comes up with the steal. And one, Andre Emmett. A 14-point lead now, looking to expand it to 15.
Yeah, we caught the back end of this, but it was kind of a lazy pass to Josh Smith that got deflected. And again, once you turn it over in half court, you're going to have numbers on the backside, and Andre Emmett able to take advantage of it. Let's see if he can complete the three-point play.
Cannot. And Maxill crashes into Josh Smith. Emmett, the game high scorer, with 13.
Well, Emmett is one of those players, too, from an isolation perspective. He's tricky. He's not overly quick, but he's quick enough to make his move. He's not fast, but he's big and strong and can knock down the jump shot, but he can finish through contact once he gets to the basket.
Oh, c.j.leslie shot blocked by Drew Gooden. And Maxill fouled by Leslie.
How about making the impact as soon as you come in the game on the defensive end? We saw him knocking down jump shots in the first half. This time he comes in, stays patient and poised on the defensive end and able to take away and block a shot, c.j.leslie.
So Jason Maxill will go to the line, shooting 1 for 2. He's averaging 7 points a game here for 3's company, and he misses another free throw.
And that's when you just got to take advantage of it when you're at the free throw line and see another quick shot, knockdown 3 by Morrow. But you want to extend the lead, when you got a chance to get to the free throw line, that's a free 2 points. You know, you got to be able to knock those things down in order to finish games.
Thompson misses in the lane. Lead is 11. It's been as high as 14 for 3's company. Here's Morrow. He's had the hot hand for Bivouac. In and out.
This is the original starting lineup that got the party started for 3's company. But again, it was Maxill kind of finding space inside, like we see right here. That's just offensive foul. Oh, he got a foul on Morrow. I thought he was going to call Maxill for backing down a little bit. That backside.
It's a wide backside.
Watch it inside. You want to carve out space. This is how you do it. Right here. Now you got to be blessed with a little girth on the backside.
Here's Maxill again. Drew Gooden. Gooden, a pull-up.
Maxill and Josh Smith battling inside. Another turnover.
Yep, Josh Smith throws it away.
Yeah, and those are lost opportunities when you're trying to get some momentum, battle from behind. You get the stop you wanted. But then on the outlet pass, you kind of just throw it away. Reggie Theus can't be too happy with that.
Inside Maxill again, and they call that one on c.j.leslie.
mean, the toughest part about guarding a guy like Max Hill is that he posts up so hard and strong. So once he gets you on the backside and he starts to inch into you, he gets lower. His base is lower than his defender. It's tough to get him out the lane. And a lot of times you're pushing back and you get called for contact in the foul.
Missed that one as he had Leslie deep. Now Leslie working on Max Hill. Smith spins in the lane, left hand, no. And that one's on c.j.leslie as he pushed Max Hill out the way and grabbed that board.
And this game has slowly become more physical. In the first half, he had more ball movement, fluidity. This latter part of the second half has been a lot more of a grind for both teams.
And it looks like Three's company now in the bonus. So Max Hill will shoot 1 for 2.
Stay focused, though. We go 1 for 2. We're going to get the same calls, hopefully 1 week.
Got it. So as we go to break, Three's company up 13 over Bivouac. It's the Big 3 here on CBSSports.com. Well, you want your sports news without the yelling, the fake debates? Stream CBS Sports HQ, the free 24/7 network for nonstop highlights and news. Download the CBS Sports app today. Right now, Three's company up 13 over Bivouac, and the head coach of Three's company is Michael Cooper. He's wired for sound.
I'm not saying it's a bad shot, but I'm saying statistics, it's a bad shot for us. I understand you wide open, but we're not hitting that shot. So all I'm saying is, all you have to do is pass it and throw it back to him, and we'll get that shot. That's what I'm saying. It's not a bad shot, okay? That's all. You understand what I'm saying? We're not hitting that. We were 3, okay? Let's go. Come on, y'all. Let's go.
It goes back to what you were talking about, Jim, where in that first half, ball movement, fluidity. Now, they're getting over shot, but they ain't knocking it down. He's going back to saying what you were talking about earlier.
Real simple. Translation, you're not hitting it, get the ball to the basket. That's what it is, you know. But you have to make an adjustment as a player. If you're not hitting that shot, quite simply, sometimes you turn it down to get a better shot, a better rhythm shot.
You know, Three's company, 6 of 10 from 3, but just one of their last 5 where they were perfect from 3 in the first half.
Yeah, well, it's easy to fall in love with the three-point shot, especially in the half court, because you're going to get a lot of open opportunities, but now you just have to decipher whether that's the best shot at the right time, especially when you're not shooting the ball well.
Here's Drew Gooden. He's going to shoot the 3. Rolls out. Three's company 11 points away from victory. Shawne Williams open for 3. He can't hit. Leslie challenged at the lane, but follows it up.
Yeah, I thought it was a little contact by Max Hill coming over late. Leslie able to power through a little bit of contact.
Here's Emmett. Spins, lost it. Williams lays it in, and here comes Bivouac. Lead is now just 11. Here's Drew. Reach in and foul.
And going to the, here it is now again. The ability to get yourself to the free throw line is key, but on the last possession here, Emmett, a little out of control right there, can't gather his feet, easy layup inside for Williams, but for Three's company, here's an opportunity to take care of your free throw.
Bang. And get that basketball.
Get the ball back, and why not drive it again? Why not put the onus on the official to have to call a foul? Get yourself back to the free throw line, a possible three-point play if you can finish inside.
Three's company 9 points away from victory. Emmett lays it in. So it really turned into a 4-point play for them.
Yep. And that's the strategy you have to employ if you're a coach. Figure out ways to get your team in the penalty a lot sooner so you can take advantage of being able to retain possession.
Here's Emmett. And he throws it away to Josh Smith.
How about Gooden being patient here? Ball above the head, backdoor cut. Emmett able to catch, gather. That's a tough shot, too, because you don't have the backboard to work with. You kind of on an angle behind the backboard. You got to put it up there with a soft touch, leaning forward.
Going left.
Yep.
Yeah, leaning left and shooting that with the right. 15-point lead here for 3's company. And they're 7 points away from victory. Looking for their second of the season. Josh Smith bangs in the free throw. Nearly stolen by Smith, but he fouled.
But why? I mean, Josh didn't need to do that. I mean, Maxill wasn't going to. Is not going to beat you even if he gets the ball cleanly above the three-point line. That's where you want him to be. Now you give him an opportunity on not so smart of a play to get to the free throw line for an easy 2.
8 points for 3's company have come from the free throw line, and now they're just 5 points away from victory in their second of the season. Emmett. Pull back. Got it. Andre Emmett heating up. He's the game high scorer. He's got 21. Bivouac down 17. Emmett nearly stolen.
That was close. Quick hands by Emmett, but I think you see in this game why it's so tough to guard Andre Emmett, because he can knock down the three. He has an intermediate game where he can pull up off the dribble. And then he's strong enough to get inside. And how about Maxill?
Jason Maxill.
Not today, partner. Coming from the weak side, instead of staying married, backside help, showing some of that athleticism right there.
Here's Leslie for 3. Too strong. So 3's company can win it with a 3. Emmett, step back for the win. Too strong. And dunked home by Josh Smith. Quick timeout by Michael Cooper. Drew Gooden asked for that timeout.
Yeah, he was pointing to his groin area.
So far, Andre Emmett, game high score and 21 on the day.
On a Dallas, Texas native, is showing why he was the second overall pick in this year's Big 3 draft. Again, the ability to stress the defense by knocking down the long ball, the powerful shoulder and strength inside to finish, the ability to pull up off the dribble makes him a tough guard. I mean, because you have to give up something, but what do you give up? Of course, you'd probably rather have him take long jump shots, because when he gets that big body inside, he not only can create and score for himself, but he does an outstanding job of taking care and setting up his teammates.
Ice Cube, as always, league founder sitting courtside, enjoying the action. And we got a great one coming up on CBS at the top of the hour.
The one we've been waiting on.
Oh, two of the best teams in the league.
And two of the best coaches.
Yes,
in the
absolutely.
league.
Here's Emmett. That one short, got his own rebound. Dante Jones, ball fake. Goes up in the land of trees.
Great D by Maxill right there, but Leslie
spins the other way, and he'll go to the line.
And I mean, Maxill cut him off at the baseline. I mean, but Leslie able to pirouette the other way and create some space. But Maxill showing that he can move his feet right there. Great cutoff, but Leslie didn't give up on the play.
Knocks down the free throw. That cuts the lead to 13. Now let's see if Josh Smith and Bivouac can chip away. Here's Smith.
Maxill giving him room, too. If you're going to take the jump shot, he's telling Josh, go ahead and take it.
Leslie follows up.
He missed it.
Here's Emmett. He can win it with a 3. The kick out. Dante Jones for the win. Yes! Dante Jones wins it for 3's company. And they have their second victory of the season. And Bivouac falls under 500 at 2-3.
Well, I talked about Andre Emmett. When you got 21 points, bro, you go attract a lot of attention. And right here, it wasn't the prettiest pass, but it was effective because it got right into the shooting pocket of Dante Jones. Again, track 2 defenders, just make a play. Dante talked about his influence on the team from an energy perspective. But right here, his influence was knocking down this 3 to secure the second victory.
And 3's company knocks down a total of 7 threes. They'll pull out the victory from Michael Cooper. And the player of the game, Andre Emmett. He's with BT, Brandon Tierney.
No, he was killing it from the layup line, man. Obviously 1 and 3, no room for loss, must win. You got it. What changed today?
Can't say enough about Dante Jones. Like I said, it's morale, and me personally just taking my time and getting what I want, not rushing. Then everybody's picking it up from top to bottom. So told the team, we got to take it a week at a time. Because do that schedule, I do that record, but one week at a time.
Well, it's one thing, we talked earlier, to come out and drop 5 threes in a row. That's obviously nice. But to sustain the defensive effort, which you guys did, maybe that's what Dante Jones brings. See, that's what he did in the NBA.
Oh, absolutely. A winner, he's here for the team. And we feed off that. And then we got to play defense in this league. Yep. We'll run a score up on teams, but you know, shots foul, sometimes they don't. But defense is every day, every night.
All right. Good job, my man. Hey, they had to have it. Win number 2. It's on the board, boys.
You're right about that, BT, and they get a 16-point victory. Both of these teams down 2 and 3. For Jim Jackson and Brandon Tierney and our entire crew, I'm Brian Custer. Hey, coming up next, catch all your Big 3 highlights analysis on the CBS Sports HQ, our 24-hour sports network. Make sure you turn in to CBS at 4 Eastern for continuing Big 3 coverage. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports in association with the Big 3.